Yo, it's poppin', LeBartlett on deck. Y'all already know what it is. So today, about to get to my first segment of Stats TV. Now, last year I was talking to my homie Silk, my older homie and stuff, was popping Silk. And we were just chopping it up on the phone. And, we both live in Arizona, you know what I'm saying? We were just giving each other our kudos from, getting out the city. And he was telling me, he liked what I'm doing on social media. And he was like, yo, I should start a podcast. And I never really thought about, starting a podcast before, I just wanted to stick to my lane. But I'm like, that's a great idea. He like, you already talking about a lot of real stuff, just turn into a podcast. So I came up with, making a podcast just like on hip hop and like just life, because that's like what I specialize in. I specialize in personal development and self-help, and I specialize in rap business and rapping and lyrics and, taking care of business and stuff like that. So this segment is gonna be called Hip Hop and Life My Way, and then we really finna dive into, the first major topic, which is top 5. But before we get there, we're gonna start about the state of, hip hop. Now, in my opinion, I feel like that the state of hip hop is in a different trendy place, meaning like rappers used to be untouchable. Rappers used to be like, you couldn't get a hold of them. Now we got social media, and it's like, they kind of lost that allure about themselves. So now it's like, in order to really pop more, they kind of got to give us more, and just be more personal, because a lot of people want to dig into the life of the artist that they like, so. Not just that, I feel like it's a lot of people that's, disregarding the culture, and not even disregarding the culture, really not understanding that the culture have expanded, meaning like a lot of different cultures have embraced the hip hop culture. So with that, it's a lot of confusion, meaning like if you tell somebody one thing and then they tell somebody, then they tell somebody, then they tell somebody, it's like, it's pretty much gonna be what's the word I want to say, like misinterpreted, because so many people done told so many people about it. So like now it's being misinterpreted to the point where like, so many different cultures love our culture, the hip hop culture, started in, New York, I believe, and with like Mr. G and the hippity hop, possibly, I don't know, you feel me? If so, shout out to Guy. I know his son, his name Guy, and that's my homie from New Jersey. And anyway, so, with the culture, I'm gonna just give a prime example of our culture being misinterpreted. Like our culture is known for, one of the shoes we known for is Air Force Ones, of course Jordans, and Nikes, but of course Timberlands, Butters, beef and broccolis, you know what I'm saying, and certain shoes represent our culture, and Air Force Ones is one of the leading influences. I feel like it's always gonna be New York as far as the swag. I'm from Cleveland. I always wanted to be from Harlem as a kid, what I'm saying, or Brooklyn. I just always, had a heavy influence from the East Coast. So, now as far as like Air Force Ones, in our culture, we know we're supposed to keep them fresh and no creases in the front. Like if so, throw them away, get a new pair, only $80. However, I see a lot of other people in other cultures, they wear Air Force Ones, and I'll be in my brain, I'm like, oh, I know I can talk to this, other race of woman because she wearing Air Force Ones. Like, that's just in my opinion. that's a cue. Or if she got Jordans on, I'm like, oh, I probably can talk to her. She like, what I'm saying. So, but when they wearing the Air Force Ones, they be dirty, because certain people in certain cultures, they shoes not their top priority, because they want to save for their retirement account, like a 401k they really paying into every month, or they paying into like some type of IUL life insurance, what I'm saying, that they paying to. That's a monthly bill that they paying or a monthly expense that they paying for their future. It's really an investment. But like, let's say if a person had an IUL life insurance policy when they was 18 and they paid $100 a month into it, and it was for $250,000, and let's just say in 10 years, 5 to 10 years, they was able to pull out a certain amount of money. That amount of money can be 10 grand, it can be 5 grand, it could be 20 grand. Every year the number goes up, so that's why it's called life insurance, what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. This is hip hop and life. I'm gonna be talking about hip hop and life, and the state of hip hop, our culture, we don't wear dirty Air Force One. So in my opinion, when I see somebody representing our culture and they got super dirty Air Force Ones on, I get it. People can be messed up, but I see too much of it. That's a no-no. Throw them Air Force Ones away. Go buy a new pair of $80. Call me. What I'm saying? But you got to be outside the culture for that part. You feel me? You can't be inside the culture. You know the rules. You feel me? But so I really want to go into this topic because this is the most touchiest topic in hip hop, and that's the top 5. What's your top 5? I remember Jadakiss had top 5 Dead or Alive, and you know what I'm saying. It is what it is about that, what I'm saying? But, and Jada cool, you feel me though? Like, he may have made the list or not, what I'm saying? But, I fuck with Jada. I feel like Jada really had got back popping when he started doing that promo. When he was doing the D-Block run, when he was like pay him $650 and then he a motherfucking, pit the artist on a mixtape, what I'm saying? He probably made over $100,000 doing that, what I'm saying? Because there was so many artists that paid that $650 just to get those slots, and I don't know what happened to the mixtapes, what I'm saying? I actually paid. I just, what I'm saying? I paid to get on those slots, but I don't know what happened to, what I'm saying? Any of the the mixtapes. I didn't really hear much about it after that. It could have been a good look for the artist. Who knows? But I know it was a good look for Jadakiss because after that, he had that promo run. Then I think he started promoting that coffee. And then after that coffee stuff, he kind of did that, him and P, they always had that fruit smoothie spot. What I'm saying? And being healthy, that's amazing. Health is wealth. Everybody know, what I'm saying? I'm LeBartlett healthy. You feel me? And, so after that, he ended up winning. It wasn't no competition, but they end up smoking, Dipset. And don't get me wrong, Cameron, that's one of my favorite artists because, like, that was my first rap CD. When I was 12 years old, my mom bought me, like, some music for Christmas, and it was the Big Timers, and it was Cameron Come Home With Me. I was, like, 12 years old listening to, like, him saying something about the kitchen. He losing weight in the kitchen. So I'm only 12 years old. So I'm like, okay, well, he losing weight in the kitchen. I'm like, man, it must be hot in that kitchen. And I wasn't that off because when I got older, probably like a couple years later, I realized like, oh, he wasn't talking about he was talking about you know what I'm saying? So yeah, those was my first 2 albums ever. And then I remember my cousin, Payola was popping. He ended up giving me, what's that called? Lil Boosie and Mr. Biggs. Now, mind you, I always been a Cash Money fan. That was like growing up. Tupac, of course, like my influences was probably like Pac. Then, Lil Wayne, then Hove. I feel like, You know, cause Hove was different. Hove was like he was older. You feel me? So he was wise. He was like, you know, giving us real what's the word I want to say? I don't know. He was basically too advanced for me when I was like 10 years old. Basically, long story. So, you know, Wayne was probably like, you know, closer to Wayne on you, like, you know, so many, like, I don't know. Me and Wayne ain't, you know, like Wayne was born in the 80s. I was born in the 90s. Hove is my mom age, basically. Like Hove and my mom was born like a month apart. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so Hove was more like, I remember when Hove album came out, the Black album, that was like one of the biggest things I ever seen. Like I feel like the whole world, I remember the whole world sat down. It was like a listening party in my house, and we all just listened to that. I was like 14 when that shit came out. And yeah, that shit, I mean, it's real, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's real. But anyway, let's get into this top 5 because I feel like I'm giving away too many names already. So now I feel like the top 5 kind of got to be broken up into different categories. Okay, so the top 5 really need to be broken up into the guy MCs, like the first couple years, maybe the first, you know, 5-10 years, who really just, you know, evolutionized. And don't get me wrong, I'm not really a hip hop. I mean, I'm a hip hop. I can't say okay, I feel like a hip hop head and a rap head is two different things. A true hip hop head is the niggas that know, like, you know, when that shit was in New York with the graffiti and the what's that called? The not just the graffiti, the beatboxing, the DJs, you know, the spitting on the microphone, you know, at the record park or wherever they used to do that in New York. I feel like those are the true hip hop hits. I know a little bit about that, you know, like let's say like I remember Brown Sugar, you know what I'm saying? That was a good movie, you know, just to give you a peek into it, you know, but you know, I seen certain documentaries and stuff like that. But that wasn't my era, basically what I'm trying to say. You know, my era was, you know, started with like, as a baby, I was like Tupac, you feel me? Not like, you know what I'm saying? Like a baby, I was like listening to Pac, probably like at, you know, 6 years old. Pac died 2 days after my birth. 2 days, Pac died 96, right? 2013. My birthday, 2015. So Pac died 2 days before my birthday. You feel me? Heartbreaking. And, rest in peace, Pac, man. Pac was the greatest to do it. I'm sorry. But I feel like, so it has to be like the guy MCs, the originators for real, almost, like in a sense. But I know I don't want to offend nobody. So if this list is not proper, it's okay. But my other list, the real, not the real top 5, but just the top 5 general conversation, you feel me? Across the table, like just music industry standards, I guess. Yeah, let's say music industry standards. Top 5, that this is definitely correct. And then I feel like it kind of got to be broken into favorites. Like, you can't put your favorites in the top 5 unless they really in the top 5. Like, they got to be in a conversation. And the only people that really can be in a conversation in the top 5 is people that's in the top 10. So we're going to go to the top 10 as well. But, I'm going to give it to Rakim. God MC. I'm going to be honest. Rakim, I feel like, was just the craziest futuristic rapper of that time. Because if you listen to his lyrical flow, that's kind of what the standard is. Like, when you talk kind of like lyrics, at least for me. You know, I feel like he was doing kind of what Wayne evolutionized, or Hove evolutionized, and those are two of the best, greatest rappers, Wayne and Hove. You feel me? So I feel like that they lyrics remind me a lot of Rakim's, not like what they saying, but just the structure. So I give it to definitely Rakim. You know, I first got into Rakim, like, you know, I feel like everybody heard Rakim's song, that Paid in Full song. That is just was a hit, classic. However, you know, Paid in Full, the movie, you know, popular song within that movie. And Silver B, I was introduced from Saka in Cleveland Heights, had came over and told me some things about the music industry. Rest in peace, Silver B. Silver B was just like, one of the things he told me was like, I have to, in order to be the greatest, I have to study all the greats. So that means I started listening to Black Thought, KRS-One, Rakim, Run DMC, Public Enemy, just, the originators. And then I just started from the bottom to the top of where we was at that time. That was like 2017. No, 2007. That was 2007. So I give it to Rakim, God MC #1. Shout out to Rakim, God Body. Next is KRS-One. Shout out to KRS-One. I just feel like that KRS-One is just woo woo. They go the police. Woo woo. Like he just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain KRS-One, but because just saying anything about KRS-One, one has to be precise, because this brother is like an educator. He is like he like God Body, but not just God Body, just like I don't know, like a God. You feel me? It's kind of weird. Not, and I'm just talking about like on some rap stuff, basically, and not even just on some rap stuff. Just like, all right, I'm gonna just leave it at that. KRS-One, top 2 God MCs, period. Then I'm gonna be honest, ain't no half stepping. You feel me? Where I'm from, and I just hear a lot of rappers, you feel me, mention this particular rapper, and just when I had went back to my history, this was one of the albums I actually purchased. You know what I'm saying? And my cousin was riding, me and cuz was riding, and I just had music on my iTunes deck, so it's just shuffle, so music just play. You feel me? And this song came on. He was like, man, just by you listening to this song, it tells me about. He was like, the music people listen to tells me about their character, who they are, and just by you listen to this song, that song is just, just crazy. And so top 3 God MC, I'm gonna have to just get it. For me, is Big Daddy Kane. Shout out to Big Daddy Kane. No homo. You feel me? But Kane, he different. You feel me? And I just feel like it was like, I think like a little a temple, right? And it was just like preaching about Asiatics and stuff like that. And during my research, this what he was talking about, Asiatics, and that, back then, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, maybe this was the 80s when that album dropped, you feel me? But when I was a young boy, I'm gonna be honest, you feel me, I used to watch music videos all the time. I had a box TV, right? And this one guy used to always come on. It was like, what's this video? It was like in a boxing ring. It was like kind of gray, like black and white. It was a black and white scene, and it was just like this music was impactful. It was touching. It was like, who is this guy? And then he started acting, and he like not even just catapulted the culture, just I feel like made people more comfortable with the culture, and just realized like, okay, hip hop has more to offer. We gangster, kind of like, no, I don't want to say kind of, because not just gangster, but like, we rebels. Hip hop is definitely represent the rebels of urban America. And I feel like LL Cool J really helped us, because on the big screen and all that, and his mannerisms, just showed us like, yo, hip hop, we is rebels, but we also is respectful, and we also have manners. And top 4 God MCs is definitely LL Cool J. I'm gonna be honest, period. From just in my opinion, when I look at just the top, when you think about the top 5, like I said, I just feel like it has to be broken down into just different categories. You can't disregard the God MCs, period. It just can't be done. These are the people that laid the foundation down for us. And then even just talking about people in top five, sometimes you have to throw a group in the top five. It don't always have to be just the artist. If a group did something, they can be in the top five. So people may be mad at me, but I know some people ain't gonna be mad at me. You feel me? But top five guy MCs, I'm giving it to the whole Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang forever. Just what Wu-Tang did, it was just amazing, man. Like, Rakim, I'm sorry, RZA, I guess I'm just, always get their name mixed up, but I'm sorry about that. But RZA, and Meth and just, Ghost, you know what I'm saying? Raekwon, just, they still can just do what they do, and anybody else out, ODB, rest in peace, like, just these brothers, not only just God body though, like God body, you feel me? But you would think I'm from New York, right? I think my whole list is almost New York, probably, maybe. But that's what they say it probably started at. That's what they say it started at. You feel me? But Wu-Tang is just amazing. For wherever RZA, envisioned for his camp, and they all did their own thing at the same time. It was amazing. Like, come on, ODB and Mariah Carey. Come on, man. Like, Method Man, Mariah Carey, Method Man and Mary J. Blige, Monet. Come on, stop playing. Shout out to Monet Tejada, rest in peace to that character. But shout out to Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige is an amazing artist, one of the most talented women to ever step behind a microphone. And I feel like the character she played with, power, was so powerful for our culture because she was the real representation of our mother. Like Monet had all those characteristics of somebody, of a black mama. I'm pretty sure everybody probably can relate to me. That's from Black America. Like, yo, that is like a black mama for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Mary J. Blige is an amazing, beautiful woman. Shout out to Mary. But Wu-Tang forever. So my top five guy MCs: Rakim, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J, Wu-Tang forever, in that order. You heard me? Now, I'm going to be honest. This list right here that I'm finna speak about is just a little touchy to me. Because, like, when I made this list, like, I wanted different artists in this list as well. But it's hard to list every rapper inside of a top five. Because we talking about, like, influence, lyrics, style, charisma, swag, business, finance, you know what I'm saying? Touring, record sales. We talking about all that. And I ain't even do no research to get all the stats. Like, I'm like, what, I'm gonna do my first segment. I'm finna do my first, segment and just, just freestyle it. You feel me? Like, I don't know if that was right or not, but this is what I'm doing. You feel me? So this is my real top five list. The guy MCs, like I said, is Rakim number 1, KRS-One number 2, Big Daddy Kane number 3, LL Cool J number 4, Wu-Tang forever number 5. My top 5 greatest of all time: Tupac number 1. Thug Life, baby. Rest in peace, Pac. And I gotta light up for Pac. Yo, I gotta light up for Pac. You heard me? Shout out to Pac, man. Pac was amazing, man. Like, Pac was different. I feel like for one, growing up, you feel me? People used to tell me I look like Pac as a kid because I have a birthmark on my nose, and it looked like a nose ring. And then I used to have, of course, a haircut my whole life with a big head. People used to always tell me I look like Tupac. So I used to think Tupac was like my father. I ain't even gonna lie. Then Pac died 2 days before my birthday. So, and this happened when I was like a baby, like I was like 5. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? It was like I was sad. I didn't know about gang violence and all that. Like I was a kid, so I grew up in like in East Cleveland at first. I'm not from East Cleveland, so don't try to say I said that. I'm from 153rd and Bartlett, Kinsman. The 40s from the 50s. That's where I'm from. But I rep 153rd and Bartlett, which is the 50s. But anyway, you know, when Tupac died, you know, I used to have a big, you know, my mom had a big TV in the living room. It was like a big box TV, like black big box TV. This was the 90s, and I used to always see these Tupac videos, and this guy was just so, you know, charismatic or whatever that word is. It's just, you know what I'm saying, charismatic, whatever. Cut that out. Fuck it, leave it in. I ain't sure. But Pac was hard though. Like I just feel like what Pac did with the culture, you feel me? Before he passed away was amazing because it's like this dude had all those movies. He freaking dropped all those albums, came home from prison, you know what I'm saying, signed his contract on a napkin in prison, came home stunting with Dr. Dre, greatest producer of all time, you feel me? And got with the biggest, I guess, like or one of the most popular bloods in America, right? Or in the world, Suge Knight. And not even just that. Pac spoke for the people. Like Pac was like a revolutionary. He was like Martin Luther King. He was hip hop Martin Luther King. Well, really, he was hip hop Malcolm X. If you really want to, but you know, he was. When you talk about Pac, you can talk about, or when you talk about Martin Luther King, when you talk about Marvin, you know, Marcus Garvey, when you talk about Bob Marley, when you talk about you know what I'm saying, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, you can talk about Tupac. Period. So after Pac passed, his impact still is felt. His presence is still felt. You know, and Big, you know, was hard. And I'm gonna be honest, you know, Big may or may not make the list. You know, and the reason I was thinking about not putting Big on the list was because I'm like, man, Tupac and Biggie can't be on the same list. But then that would have mean Biggie and Jay-Z can't be on the same list. Who knows if Jay-Z made the list? Who knows if Big made the list? But one thing I do know is that Big not only is amazing, but just, man, his flow is crazy. So when it comes to like lyrical flow, Big is one of the greatest lyrically. But, you know, and people may be like, why I'm talking about Big without Pac? Ain't no talking about Pac without talking about Big, only because that beef changed our culture. It did something to the culture. Niggas really died over it. They both died over this shit. You feel me? Like, for real, they, you know what I'm saying? They died over this shit. They sacrificed themselves for this shit, whether they know it or not, or whether I'm saying it right or not. But Tupac, the greatest rapper of all time. Period. Now, number 2, top. Now, this one was crazy because, like, this is probably like my second favorite rapper. No, probably like my third favorite rapper, right? But I have to give him the second greatest of all time. Even though he's my third favorite, right? And like I said, it should be another list. I'm going to just go over my list off the top of my head. You know, no homo. I'm going to just, I may freestyle my great, but I didn't write that down. Maybe I should have wrote that down. But I could write that down because that's real touchy. I should. But as far as that goes, Jay-Z. Ho, baby. Ho, V, baby. You feel me? And it's because he a billionaire? Yes. No, I'm just playing. Could be. But what's better than 1 billionaire? 2. You feel me? But really though, I give it to Hov. Like, Hov is amazing. He's incredible. His image have grown. Like, this dude went from having a seizure, money cut his whole life, to going fucking locks though. Like, Hov got motherfucking wicks. You feel me though? Like, no bitch is hard as fuck. You feel me? So not even just, him being able to keep up with the culture and change his image, but Hov can really like rap. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about that. Yeah, I know Pac was talking about that Hawaii Sophie shit, but like, come on, man. Come on, man. Look at this nigga Hov today. Because no disrespect to nobody. No disrespect to nobody families, nobody, nothing. Hov won. What do I mean by Hov won? What I mean is Hov really fucking won. Like, this dude really, like, and I'ma just say, like, I don't want to bring Nas into this because Nas ain't got nothing to do. I mean, Nas may or may not make the top 5, you feel me? But he definitely deserved to be on the top 5 if, somebody, what I'm saying, didn't think that he didn't deserve to be on there. Because I definitely know Nas deserved to be on the top 5. But what I'm saying is that Hov won because of out of Jay-Z, Big, Nas, and just, some other people I'm not gonna really name to, be specific and start no beef. It's he won. You gotta think Pac died 96. So that means Pac was the greatest rapper of all time. Not yet, but he was probably like, I don't want to say he was the greatest at that time, but he could have dropped the greatest of all that time. Whatever, they be dropping their greatest album and stuff. But what I'm trying to say is that out of that era, after Pac passed away, Big passed away right after that, 97. They died a year apart. I believe Hov's first album, Reasonable Doubt, dropped in 96, December, possibly. I'm not sure about. Basically, it dropped a couple months after Tupac passed. So what I'm saying is that basically, I'm not saying Tupac passed the torch to Jay-Z because, Pac had some words for Hov, and I don't think Hov is a bitch. I don't think Hov is a hoe. I think Hov is an intellectual man. Because you got man number, 1, 2, and 3, and with these different men, Hov, to me, seemed more of the intellectual type. So when you're dealing with intellectual, especially someone that comes from Marcy Projects and, survives, not even just physically, meaning like, a lot of people survive, that, meaning that they like stayed alive, because that's important. But besides surviving the battlefield, because living in the hood or living in like the projects is like a war zone. Like when they go to Iraq, it's the same thing. So with that being said, he also, excelled financially from what I hear. So I really feel like that. I'm gonna take my motherfucking sunglasses off. I really feel like that Hov not only ahead of his time, because everybody kind of say he left his friends behind. To me, I don't think he left his friends behind, because I see Tata, I see Bleak, I see Emery. You know what I'm saying though? Like I see Guru, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of see the same niggas he grew up with. Maybe not, like certain other people, you feel me, that he may have started the record label with. And people have to realize, like, sometimes, I actually, Lil Baby said this. It was like a Lil Yachty interview, and he was like, the streets, he gonna give his word. I'm standing on that. But with this music business, stuff change all the time because you always learning new information, and the music industry is always evolving to the next level. Like, you gotta think, we got tech, we got AI, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we always have to readjust the business. We always have to refine the business. The streets is the streets. You feel me? So Hove is the second greatest in my opinion. You feel me? Like I said, some people can say this is favorites and all that, but I'm just saying, like, hey, Hove, not even just numbers wise, just when you think about hip hop, you think about Hove, or you think about rap, you think about Hove. You feel me? Because I remember everybody was like, "Oh, hip hop is dead," and it was a drought. I remember though, like maybe like in I don't know, maybe 06, 07, not 06, 07, like maybe like 07, 08, yeah, maybe like 06, 07, I don't know. But I think after the Big Meats shit went down, you feel me? Shout out to Big Meats. I think, like, hip hop not only changed, but it was basically that moment when they were saying hip hop was dead. And when they said hip hop was dead, it was this one dude, right, that was already in hip hop. Some people gonna be like, some people already know what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is, it's like, hey, when they were saying hip hop was dead, Lil Wayne, oh my goodness, Lil Wayne is the greatest rapper alive. Period. Point blank. There's nobody better at rapping. Okay, I can't say that. There's nobody that have displayed Wayne's rapping ability on so many different instrumentals, and not only just that, has been doing it as long as Wayne. Like, Lil Wayne was partly put on earth to rap, or or quarterly put on earth to rap. Why would I say something like that? He been rapping since he was 9 years old. Like, who knows what they want to do since they was 9 years old? Like, let's be for real. Like, okay, a lot of people may think they know what they want to do since they was 9 years old or 8 years old, but this little dude, Lil Wayne, and I kid you not, never stopped rapping since he was of that age. And he's like 40 something now. He was born like in 81, September 27th. You feel me? Like 12 days before, after my birthday. So, like, shit crazy, yo. It's crazy because people don't even respect Wayne the way that, they should. But that's how hip hop always been the culture of our people. Our people just always, it is what it is, because it don't matter what you did yesterday, it matters what you did today. But it has to be some type of credentials and some type of legitimacy when it comes to this. That's why they gave Lil Wayne the key to the city and gave him one of the first stars in New Orleans Walk of Fame. And I love New Orleans artists. Like, I feel like New Orleans artists is my favorite artist. I feel like they have a draw in their voice that's so appealing. And they women is just immaculate. You feel me? So, I feel like, not only have Wayne been rapping since he been 9 years old, he started off with, BG, one of my favorite rappers, to be honest. BG, Welcome Home, big homie. And him and, it's him and the BGs. then the Hot Boys was formed. But just think about this though. His mama said he couldn't rap. Whatever the story was, right? And I guess Rabbit, you know what I'm saying, was, rest in peace, Rabbit. Rabbit was gonna like step in and do the music thing with him. I don't know, but basically, I feel like from the story is he shot himself. And the same thing, happened with a lot of us. Like a little 22 grazed me from my hand before, and he survived. Like he shot himself like a couple centimeters from his heart, 9 years old or 12 years old, and was saved by a police officer. And y'all know how police is, right? Especially in the hood. Like they don't care about us. They'll let us die. But it was a good police officer, great man, that picked Wayne up and took him to the hospital to save his life. And Wayne literally became the greatest rapper alive. Not just overnight, but started off with the Hot Boys. And I used to watch his music videos, on everything. That was one of the hardest videos. They had the purple PT Cruiser. He had the meat jacket, and there was a song about his father. You know what I'm saying? Keep close, niggas. All right, it's going. All right, dog. I know you can't be close to me. I know, and I know that you can't. I know. Deep pain, hurt. All right, dog. All right, dog. Like I ain't gonna lie, Wayne was really one of the influencers when you talking about thugging. Like not just Wayne, but Juvenile. Juvenile may or may not, made the top 5 list, but if people say he don't deserve to be, he definitely do deserve to be. Juvenile was one of the influencers of this shit. Like Project English, come on, like how E40 got his own dictionary and all that. Like Juvenile have an album on his own, you know what I'm saying, about that. Man, no, you know what I'm saying, though, like Project English, you feel me? What's such Juvenile? Juvenile was actually the first rapper I ever met. Like I used to go to school with his son, and we went to college together. And when we went to college together, you feel me? Beat his sub, just bailed the humble. Like I ain't know no black people in college, cause in Florida, when you go like to a university. Well, I went to a university, Full Sail University, and I was chilling one day, and as I'm chilling, you feel me? I knew these white dudes in my apartment, because my apartment was right up the street. And so we was on campus, and it was Tom, the white dude, but I seen this black dude talking to another person he was talking to. So I'm like, who the fuck is this black nigga? I'm like, I don't know no black people yet. So he was talking to the dude, but I didn't want to seem like, like I'm thirsty for a friend. I just was like, I didn't know no black people yet. You feel me? So I guess that's just how it is. You feel me? If you see, I don't know. Anyway, long story short, I'm like, hey, what's happening? I ain't got no black friends. What's your name? He like, oh shit, I'm Mac. You feel me? And I'm like, you know them niggas? He like, no, I don't know them niggas. They was some white niggas though. And basically we talking this shit, and he was just like, he kind of kept saying he ain't want to do this. He ain't want to go to school for me, because he was finna shoot movies and learn how to engineer. You feel me? But he knew how to rap too. He was like into basketball, sports. Like he was a talented brother. Still is, you feel me? Don't get me wrong. But I think he more focused on the rapping and, just like he a hype man for his daddy. Like what better job is that, being a hype man for Juvenile? What? Like I would sign up for free. But what I was gonna say. So anyway, he was just like, yeah, I really don't want to go to this college. My daddy want me to go to this college, and I want to go to, UCLA, play ball, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He probably said, his father like a couple times. And by me being in, college, by me being at Full Sail University, that's the top 5 entertainment college in the world. So by that being the top 5 college university in the world, I we was taught that the biggest asset is to network. So, I was just like, man, who the fuck is your daddy? Because I know that I'm at a rich school, basically. Even though I wasn't rich, I was on financial aid. So he was like, oh, my daddy Juvenile. I'm like, what? And so I look at the nigga, I'm like, damn, he kind of do look like Juvenile. But you never know. So I gave him that But I but you never know. But then, you know how I go. This was before Instagram. So he was like, so, and so, when you got social media, you be like, oh, okay, what's your social media? Boom, boom. So we exchange Facebooks. This nigga really had pictures with Juvenile. And shit, I'm like, oh shit, this nigga might be his daddy. Then like I started really like, this was like my best friend in college. Like he even told his, Juvenile, that I was the first friend he had in college. But I didn't know that. I just knew that he was my first black friend in college. And I'm like, dang, he kind of was my first friend. I had a roommate, you feel me, I guess. But my roommate name was Mac. You feel me? Because both their name is Mac. My roommate name is Mac. He was Vietnamese, Asian. And then young Juvie name is Mac. So, anyway, I do feel like Juvenile Chains, like, was a big influence on thugging. And the Hot Boys and Baby, Cash Money, Manny Fresh Sound was, perfect. Like Manny Fresh Sound kind of help, basically. So I feel like you have hip hop right here, right? Let's say you got an ocean and then you have hip hop. I feel like Manny Fresh came in and cornered it. You feel me? It's like he's like boom. You feel me? So his sounds like it's like Pharrell, he got a pocket in the ocean. Dr. Dre got a pocket in the ocean. Metro got a pocket in the ocean. You feel me? It's certain producers that have Kanye got a portion. They all have made hip hop not only better but curated and pushed it further, trendset it, the sound. So like I said, Lil Wayne is my favorite rapper of all time. Like he's number one on my list, to be honest, favorite. But the greatest, I feel like him and Tupac my favorite. But as far as him being the greatest, I'm gonna just put him at number 3, just for conversation, because Pac and Hove, I both have heard Wayne say something about, like, I remember Wayne was like, yeah, I got my tattoo on my stomach because of Tupac, and I was like, man, it's more people that should be proud to say where they got their idea from, because now you know the originate and you know the connection. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with, because you're not being a follower, you're being influenced, and we all get influenced by personality. It's just where you find that, and Tupac not a bad representation to find personality from, or a bad person to be influenced by. You know what I'm saying? So, and Wayne gonna have a kind of like a long conversation, because, man, like I said, he been doing it since he been 9. He 40 now, and it blows my mind, no homo, like, to even think that he's 40 years old. I don't even know if I'm right. It don't even sound right. I don't know what the freak. But Reginae is like 25, and like, she like a grown woman, long story short, period at that. So because when I introduced to Reginae, she was a baby, like a baby. When I like she was on the cover of a magazine with Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? But he went from the Bee Gees to the Hot Boys, right? The Hot Boys left Cash Money Records, and Wayne and Baby had a conversation, and Wayne said, you know what, I feel like that I always was one of the best. And everybody knew Wayne was like just so freaking just amazing, because Wayne was one of my favorite. Like it was an argument in class on, because when you got a substitute teacher, you pretend to be a rapper because they don't know your real name. So it was an argument between who should be Lil Wayne and who should be Turk. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, after they broke up, he started Squad Up, and Squad Up was the beginning of Mixtape Weezy. I don't think he was Mixtape Weezy yet, but that was the beginning of what he was creating with Mixtape Weezy. Because out of those mixtapes came so many classics that you can listen to right now. Rapping over Missy Elliott beats and just Nuck If You Buck, and just too much to get into, right? But after that motherfucking Squad Up shit, he then transitioned into the Carter series. Still going on to this day. I think he's working on Carter 6 probably. Well, he's probably to the public knowledge. but secretly he probably working on the Carter 100. So I feel like that after the Carter series, it was a wrap. Like the Carter album was so gangster. It is still so gangster. Like you can play the first album, and that album just so gangster. Just like, the walk in and walk out, and looking at the motherfucking ceiling through the, what I'm saying, floor and shit. Like, and a lot of people say Gilly was around him, and Gilly and that. Man, okay, I heard about that back in the day, like drama, like free drama. Drama was like, oh yeah, Gilly credits on that, So I just, in my opinion, I don't want to discredit Wayne at all, because anything discrediting Wayne to me is disrespect. Even that Kendrick shit, you feel me? Kendrick may or may not make the top 5, you feel me? But what I feel like is that he definitely deserved to be on there. If somebody trying to say Kendrick don't deserve it, Kendrick getting busy right now. We're gonna get into that. But what I'm gonna say is that with the Gilly and Lil Wayne situation, Lil Wayne comeback was so fucking crazy. Like, I can't remember the song. I don't know because I know he had a song like because I remember him and BG was going back and forth before. But I'm getting him and BG kind of mixed up beef with him and Gilly shit. But basically, he was like, get, you feel me? All I know is that if Gilly did have a helping hand with the Carter album, thank you, Gilly. Because what I think happened possibly if Gilly is on to something, and at the same time not to take away from Wayne, right? To play the mediator. What may have happened in my eyes is that Gilly introduced Wayne to the East Coast way of rapping. Because Gilly's from Philly. So that means he's home of the Spitters. Come on. Benny Siegel. Come on. Meek Mill. Come on. Like Cassidy. Come on. Like Freeway. Come on. Stop playing. AR-Ab, like, come on, man. Smack DVDs. That's all I gotta say. Smack. You feel me, though? Like, Philly is known for the hot spitters. You feel me? So I feel like with Gilly Mean, possibly, because I don't know. I wasn't there. But not to take something away from Gilly and to definitely not take away enough from Wayne. You feel me? His influence and showing Wayne how these niggas do it in Philly on the East Coast pit Wayne in the MC category, right? Because remember, he was always doing it since he was 9, so he can always write a rap. You got him and Lil BG. Lil BG's like, I don't know, it was like 9 to like 13, but they was young as hell when they did that shit. And that shit, it's like, it's some little gangster niggas talking they shit, you feel me? So, shout out to Gilly for showing Wayne how to, do this shit the East Coast way. But I don't think that Wayne really, said word for word what that nigga said, period. In my opinion, he could have, but I don't think so. But like I said, Lil Wayne is the 3rd greatest rapper alive. And like I said, Lil Wayne conversation is so long, because he had he got too many eras that I can't skip on. You feel me? So it's like after that era, right? The Carter, series. Like, not even just after the Carter series. He dropped Carter 1, dropped Carter 2, then a drought came. Like, what do I mean by the drought? Like, dude, the cocaine got hit. It was a boat, the biggest cocaine seizement, I believe, at the time, right? And could nobody get no cocaine, you feel me? And when they couldn't get the cocaine, I felt that, because in the hood, ain't nobody had no work. Like, I remember though, one of my homies, because you call everybody, like, yo, let me, you call one dope man, then that dope man probably taking forever, so you call the other dope man, and then you just play it whoever come first. So I probably did that, and then I seen one of my older dudes come from the driving around, so I flagged him down like, "Swoop," and I needed a quarter, so I copped a quarter from him. Boom, you feel me? And that was it. Like, it wasn't no more work after that, and like it was in a frenzy, and people started robbing, selling fake dummies. I had got like a half from somebody up the way. And that was it. I had to sell work to my friends, and I never was wholesale. I was always a retail type of guy, you know. And Lil Wayne came out with the Drought 1 and Drought 2. Man, I feel like I'm missing before the Drought and Drought 2 is Dedication. I am. I'm forgetting about Dedication 1 and 2. First, he dropped Dedication 1. That was, okay, I see you doing something. But Dedication 2 changed the game and revolutionized that we hear rap. I feel like Dedication 2, Wayne found himself. You feel me? And like lyrically. And that Dedication 2 is just amazing. After the Dedication 2 was the Drought 1 and 2. That's around Killer Season came out, I think, or I don't know when Killer Season came out, but I just remember all of this at the same time. And man, the Drought 1 and 2 was amazing, spectacular. Man, that was amazing. Then after that, the Carter 3 sold 1 million records in a day. Like no kizzy. Like remember, he sold 1 million records in one day, not 1 million streams. 1 million records in one day, and like that just took Wayne mainstream. Cause he really wasn't that mainstream. Cause I'm from 153rd and Bartlett, so that's up the way Cleveland, first ward, and in my ward, you feel me? Like, ain't no suburbs sitting around. But if you go up the street and you can go like 20-30 minutes and find the suburb, right? They didn't know about Wayne. Like I said, what, you don't know? I'm like, cause it just baffled me, cause in my brain, I known about Wayne since I was like 9 years old, probably. I don't know, but since the 4th grade, I remember talking about Lil Wayne. I remember having arguments, cause I remember having arguments about Nas and Jay-Z, cause they used to beef and shit, and I remember that. In Moses Cleveland, I went to Moses Cleveland on Harvard, so after that, you feel me? Wayne, Hove, Pac, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, damn, Lord, Wayne. So once the Carter 3 dropped, he was mainstream, and mainstream to the part that I want to say, like, he was, man, like I said, and they didn't know what Wayne was on in the heights. I had to introduce people to Wayne and tell people, like, no, this dude is, you know what I'm saying, one of the best rappers ever. And he just went crazy after that. He started doing this rock shit. He picked up a fucking guitar. He fucking, like, man, like, he just changed his whole image. He became a skateboarding genius. And, and so in my mind, people started saying he changed. But I know that by me moving from the hood to the suburbs, you have to evolve. Don't change, but you have to evolve. And Wayne evolved. And, when he evolved, I knew what he was doing even still to this day. Like, people say, oh, his music not the same and he don't deserve to be in the top 5 category. Academics was saying some shit like, or Capademics was saying some shit like, Wayne gonna be remembered as Allen Iverson and shit like that. And, in my opinion, Wayne is just dropping shit that a certain audience like, and that's those skateboarders and shit. Why would he do that? Because at the end of the day, it's about evolving his brand of music. He already laid down the foundation that you can go listen to. Like Hov said, niggas want the old Hov, go and buy my old shit. You feel me? Nigga, what the fuck you talking about? I already laid down the foundation. Keep up with me. I left that for you. I can't give you everything, but I gave you this. You feel me? So I think that's people gotta realize. But like I said, Wayne conversation gonna be long because you got Nicki and Drake and Tiger. Like he made three supers. I can't say he made three superstars, but he helped three superstars get to their potential. Because when you got the torch, what else gonna happen? Either you're gonna pass it on or it's gonna go out. So what do? He passed it to a female, which is one of the greatest female MCs, and he passed it to Drake, one of the greatest artists. So I feel like the conversation with Drake, because he may have made the top 5 list, and he made, and if somebody say he don't deserve to be, he do. But this is what I feel about Drake. Drake, it's not you. Okay, so talking about Drake, you can't just put him in the category of rappers. You have to put him in the category of R&B as well, because he makes great R&B songs, even though they consider to be rap songs. But this nigga Drake can be rapping and then singing at the same goddamn time. I don't know what the fuck that nigga be doing. I mean, I do know what he be doing, but I'm just saying, you feel me? Just for conversation's sake, you feel me? So Drake and Nicki, even Tiger, I heard already had money at first, but that don't matter. Just like they say, oh, Drake had a fucking TV show. That don't matter. Niggas flop every day. I'm talking about superstars. Drake is one of the greatest artists ever. And, I want to say, like, you can compare him to Michael Jackson, but his numbers are Michael Jackson numbers. You feel me? So, yeah, man, I give it to Wayne. He gave the torch to Drake and Nicki. And so he can put his feet up. You feel me? And then you got to think, oh, shit. Face tats, dreadlocks. I'm the apex. Come on. God did. You feel me? Shout out to DJ Khaled. But people gonna get mad at this next one. But that's Wayne. Wayne, top 3 rapper. Greatest rapper of all time. I just feel like that people don't realize that when this era came out, everybody was a gangster. Everybody was hard. Everybody was like, yo. Like, it was just crazy. Because not only that, all the women love this guy. Like, when you make a song that big for your entrance to mainstream, like, come on, man. So my top 4 greatest rapper is 50 Cent. I know, right? People like, what the fuck, 50 Cent? 50 Cent can rap, yo. I don't know what y'all talking about, but not only can he rap, this motherfucking man is known globally. Like, he just had it's 2024. I don't know if it was this year or last year. He just had a sold out show across the world, Craig. The whole wide world, you feel me? And he still got Tony Yayo with him. You feel me? Like, 50 Cent, dude. Numbers wise, because people don't realize what the music industry is. The music industry is about a business, okay? So, when it comes to the music industry, all right, record sales is very important. All right, TV appearances is very important. But ticket sales matter. Ticket sales is everything. Because if you can go to this, institution and say, okay, this is my worth. Even though that's not your total worth, but for conversation's sake, yo, look at my ticket sales. I can get 300,000 people, 100,000 people in one place at one time for 2 hours. That's power. And 50 Cent can still do that like 20 years later. You feel me? Come on, that's crazy, yo. Not only that, like 50 Cent represent the culture though, like, because like I said, my top 5 is really talking about, like, influence, lyrics as a rapper. Like, That's really what I want to focus on. And 50 Cent have helped our culture out with power tremendously. Like 50 Cent don't disrespect no other cultures. 50 and not I'm not saying like just on a personal level, but I'm saying like within the power series and all that. Like this man never disrespect. No, he made every culture equal, and he have exposed our culture to so many other different cultures in a manageable way. Like someone's like, yo, this is where we from, man. This is what we got, and we doing our best, to be honest. Yeah, it ain't the best way, but the European settlers, they ain't do it the best way neither. Look at them now. So just look at hip hop culture like, oh, okay, look, all these little niggas and shit, whatever y'all want to call this. They this and they that, they ratchet. Just see how we, how this shit gonna play out, cause the game ain't never over until the sun don't rise no more. You feel me? All praise to the Most High. Not to get religious on nobody. Everybody. I respect all religions. I don't want to get into religion. And I feel like 50 Cent is a great example on our culture. Period. Point blank. You feel me? Like 50 Cent, top 4 rapper. Period. Now, a lot of people gonna kind of get mad at this top 5 list. I don't give a fuck, but this last artist right here, right? One of the greatest writers ever for hip hop, right? And not even just writers, storytellers, trendsetters. You feel me? Started this gangster shit for real. So I couldn't, cause I love gangster rap, right? I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. What type of music do I listen to? I listen to gangster music. I listen to trap music. I listen to music I can get money to. Period. Point blank. I don't want to listen to no other shit that period. Point blank. I listen to gangster rap and trap music that I can get money to. Period. Point blank. I like to you listen to some gangster shit or some shit I can get money to. Period. Point blank. Don't get me wrong. I still listen to R&B. Still listen to Sade. Like Sade, my favorite artist of all time. Like Sade and Mariah Carey and Erykah Badu. Like, they're my favorite artists. You feel me? And Rihanna and Beyonce. You feel me? I like them. And Kelly. I like Kelly. Alright, I'm getting off track. Shiny Object. But anyway, so Ice Cube, y'all, top 5. What? Come on. Ice Cube was one of, like, NWA in general. And I could have put NWA. I kind of had debates. So I put NWA and the guy MCs with Ice Cube. I'm like, I'm gonna just get them, top 5. Because I think they kind of did start something. It's just that where it originated from. It originated on the East Coast. Then, East Coast tried to come on the West Coast and they weren't feeling that shit. So the West Coast created their own shit. So, you gotta think the West Coast. You got Too Short, NWA, Pac, Mike Dre, it's too many people to really name that helped the West Coast really be what it be. You feel me? But the West Coast basically has its own, like it's its own thing. Like you gotta think, California is 34 million people. That's just, I think, more than Canada. You feel me? More than the whole country. So they is their own freaking country. I lived in Cali for 2 years. So I stayed in the Bay. You feel me? And so they musical taste is very different than up north where I'm from, Cleveland. Because I don't call Cleveland the East Coast. I don't call Cleveland the Midwest. I feel like that we Northeast. You feel me? I feel like I'm more East Coast than West Coast, and I hope people. I'm more East Coast than Midwest, so I hope people don't get mad. Even though I like down south music. Okay, so like my grandmama from down south. You feel me? So Ice Cube definitely is top 5 for me. What he did with NWA, with No Vaseline. Like people always say, what's the greatest diss record of all time? Is it Tupac, I Fucked Your Bitch, Get Money? Is it Who Shot Ya? Is it Illmatic? It might be Illmatic. Or is it Takeover? Or is it No Vaseline? So I think it's Illmatic and No Vaseline. Then Not Like Us. I don't know, man. Not Like Us was hard. That might be up there too, though. Like that might be. Okay, so the top 3 greatest diss records of all time. No order. No Vaseline. Illmatic. Not Like Us. I swear to God, that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. And shout out to Dolph. I fucked your bitch. I ain't trying to disrespect Gotti. No disrespect, Gotti. I apologize, but no disrespect. But Dolph, it's like it's and let me just get sidetracked real quick because like we having a conversation about hip hop, okay? What happened that Yo Gotti and Dolph situation is a sad situation because I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I know how it is. I know Gotti. Like I can't say I know Gotti, but one day, you know, I was in a club at the House of Blues and I paid for tickets to see Gotti. Gotti walked past me. I tapped him on the shoulder and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be on stage with you one day. And he just laughed. You feel me? And then we went to the after party and I sent him a bottle of like Ciroc, and he just saluted me and shit. You feel me? So that was my relationship with Gotti. But when Dolph came out, cause I used to listen to Gotti back in the day, back to the basics. You feel me though? Like trapping. We literally used to ride around to Yo Gotti like in 05 trapping. So Gotti been out for a minute. And I thought he was trying to cash money, but I think he was just affiliated. I'm gonna have to do a top 5 record label. I'm gonna do that too. Not on this list, but on another list. But that Gotti and Dolph situation is sad because you got 2 brothers from Memphis doing their thing, and then they don't get along, and now you're hearing about all of this crazy shit going on, and it's conflicting with business. You know what I'm saying? And then Dolph get murdered. Now you got, I'm not saying you like somebody. I'm just saying now. I'm saying you as in the situation, right? So you got Gotti and you got Dolph, just not publicly getting along, and then with the whole situation with Dolph getting murdered a week after him and Soulja Boy get into it to the police, it could seem like, oh, okay, well, Soulja Boy and Dolph got into an online altercation. Then somebody from the CMG camp. I know it's a cocaine music group, but Yo Gotti was smart and changed it to Collective Music Group. And back with Zilla was hard, you feel me? And he was like Starlito too, and they can basically be like, Young Dolphin, what's his name? Soulja Boy was got to it. So somebody from the CMG camp was like, oh, okay, it's a green light on Dolph. This would be the perfect cover up because they not gonna think it's us. They gonna think it's Soulja Boy beef, right? That's how the police was thinking. You feel me? Well, not thinking, but that's what could have been the thoughts. You feel me? Because they went straight to CMG. Like everybody started accusing CMG instantly, which is some snitch shit. I shouldn't even be talking about this shit, to be honest. But we talking about the greatest diss of all time. I'm gonna make a whole separate podcast about this. So I do feel like that situation was unfortunate because Dolph was an amazing artist. I guess I can't talk about a little bit about Dolph without bringing up a lot about Dolph, no homo. So anyway, Paper Route, you feel me? Dolph was amazing, and Dolph was the first artist that passed away that I cried. I shed a tear. And I ain't never know Dolph, but he was just inspiring. You feel me? Like, people probably say he one of the best, like, lyrical rapper, like, pet. But he was an amazing rapper, an amazing artist, and an amazing influencer. Like, he was inspiring. Like, him and Nipsey was the closest inspirational rappers since Tupac. Period, point blank. Dolph made a nigga want to go get some money. Nipsey made a nigga want to go get some education. Period. So my top 5 list: Tupac number 1, Jay-Z number 2, Lil Wayne number 3, 50 Cent number 4, and Ice Cube number 5. You heard me. My guy MC list: Rakim number 1, KRS One number 2. That's crazy when you say KRS One. It's just like he is number 1. Period. That's crazy. But anyway, I gotta start over for that. Guy MCs: Rakim, KRS One number 2. Guy MCs: Rakim number 1, KRS One number 2, Big Daddy Kane number 3, no homo. 4, LL Cool J. 5, Wu-Tang Clan forever. You feel me? Now, I need to get into the top 10. Because you can't talk about the top 5 without talking about the top 10. I'm sorry. You can't. It's just, it don't make sense to me. I'm from 153rd and LeBartlett, so make it make sense. Now, my top 10, you know, we already know who the top 5 is. Now, top 10, number 6 is a nigga that your grandmama know. He a motherfucker that the whole wide world though. Who was that? Motherfucking Snoop Dogg. I'm sorry. D-O-double-G, nigga. One of the 2 most America's most wanted. Nigga, not only did this nigga, I believe he was on, I don't know if he was on death row, but I'm gonna say that this nigga definitely like beat a murder rap. You feel me? And not to say that's because I'm not saying that that's why he's the greatest rapper. I mean, top 6 in my top 10. You feel me? But I feel like that Snoop Dogg is just a rapper. He's just straight. When you see Snoop Dogg, not only do you think about Crips, you know, you think about, you know, not only the West Coast, or you not only think about weed, shit. You think about hip hop though. Snoop is hip hop. Period. Point blank. That Snoop D-O-double-G. Taught a lot of people how to Crip walk. You feel me? Period, point blank. Like, he made a lot of people want to be a Crip back in the day. Like, I think I knew about Crips before. I know about Christian Bloods, Tiki Rooms, and all that. You feel me? My mama introduced me to that shit. But yeah. So I'm gonna get top 6 to Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like Snoop's still relevant. He just dropped the album with Dr. Dre. He can go across the world and he's known. He's basically one of the most famous rappers outside Tupac. Or could be more famous than Pop. And he survived that shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of shit that I'm from the street, so it's like, you gotta survive. Like, you know, Pop, you know, died at 25. Snoop Dogg, like 50. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, like 50. They like 55, 56. You feel me? Not to talk about them, not like we should want it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, hip hop has to stop this trend of, oh, only young niggas can do it. No, young niggas is gonna fuck it up and crash out every time. And we need not only just the young niggas, we need some rappers in their 30s. We need some rappers in their 40s, their 50s. You feel me? After 60s, all right, let's get into some reggae. You feel me? Like, that's what hip hop's transitioning to. Like, hip hop's supposed to in my eyes, it's supposed to transition back into reggae. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. You feel me? But Snoop is number 6. You know, and it is what it is. Now I feel like this next artist was one of the first artists to really blueprint hip hop outside of you know what I'm saying, Jay Prince. I hope that I'm saying his name right. I apologize if I'm not, you know. But Houston, Ghetto Boys, you feel me? Like, I really feel like that this next artist, everybody probably know who I'm talking about. You know, they're gonna say, oh, he can't rap, he's not like a good rapper, da da da. I'm not just talking about, okay, I am talking about lyrics, but I'm also talking about influence. And Master P is coming in at number 7 because his influence was impactful though. Like make him say like not to just quote that song, but he went straight into movies. Like straight into movies like Ice Cube. You feel me though? Like, and you know, he was like the standpoint of independent hip hop music because I think he had like a 90-10 split back in the 90s. You feel me? Like this dude sold albums, like a lot of albums. He released a lot of shit. You feel me though? Like so people may say he wasn't the best, like the greatest rapper, but in my opinion, he definitely is number 7. You know, because I'm not just focusing on lyrics. I'm focusing on influence and lyrics. So Master P has some shit to say. And, you know, like I said, I like gangster music. I like music I can get money to. Master P bossed up. Still to this day, this dude got cereal. This dude got noodles. This dude got... Like, he's into commodities. So he's basically teaching not only, like, rappers, he's teaching us black men how to be entrepreneurs, because if he can do it, we can do it, and that's all he's showing us. So yeah, now I'm gonna be honest, this one gonna sound crazy. Shout out to Master P, man. I would love to, you know, talk to Master P on some business shit, because just what he did for the culture, you know, just like I got the hookup. Like, come on, man. But number 8, you know, people gonna get mad because he definitely is one of the greatest rappers to ever spit on the mic. Like all you gotta do is get this dude one mic and it's a rap. You feel me? So like Nas, like lyrically, is just like what? Like you can tell that he was basically in that pen, and not only just that he's in that pen, it's like he is he crossed over into Belly for me. So it's like I don't remember if his name was unique or not, but whatever his character was in Belly, he was like, I'm going to Africa. Like I feel like Nas kind of played himself in that movie, possibly. You feel me? Cause I don't know Nas, but in my eyes, oh freak. But you know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Nas hard, man. Like he has to, like, I don't like talking about rappers and shit like in the bad way, but that diss song Illmatic, that shit was crazy. I done burnt the whole shit. You feel that? Like that shit was like real crazy though. Like I don't understand it. You feel me though? Like Illmatic, man, one mic, like man, Nas definitely one of the greatest rappers, and just his culture. You know, even with his, you know, ex-wife Khalees, though, like you see what she doing. You know, she got a farm and all that though. Like they is, you know, doing shit to influence the culture. Nas going to Africa, living in Mexico. Like man, they're influencing the culture, man, in a good way. They showing us what to do with our money. People gonna get mad at this because they gonna say, "Oh, he's definitely supposed to be in top 5." Yeah, he probably should be, but this top 10. This is the top 10, man. We already got over the top 5. So I put, you know, this motherfucker as far as like, you know, my life, you know, and just the influence on it. You know, my number 9 is Eminem. I'm gonna just say, and I'm sorry if it sounds disrespectful to that motherfucker, but Eminem is a motherfucker. I'm sorry, like this motherfucker Eminem. Like, if you weren't white, you probably can give him number 1, but if he wasn't white, would he still be Eminem? Or rather, would it make sense? So that's the only reason he like number 9. Not because he white, but I'm just saying just because I like gangster shit. And not to say, you know, because Detroit hella gangster. I done been on 8 Mile. I fuck with, you know, Big Meats, Vezzo, you feel me? I fuck with them niggas, you feel me? Like, but what I'm saying is that Eminem rapping ability is so immaculate. Like, you would have to recite your raps a million times just to even be able to keep up with this dude. Like, this dude is like, you seen 8 Mile, that movie? It's like he played himself, it looks like. You feel me though? Like, man, I ain't gonna lie though. Like, I feel like Eminem is like this one of the greatest rappers. I'm from Cleveland, you feel me? So when that Rap Devil shit came out, like, that shit was crazy. Him and MGK beefing and shit though. Like, MGK cool, but like you talking about Eminem, you feel me? Cause what's his name? MGK, he from Sacred Heights. I'm from Kinsman, LeBartlett. So Sacred Heights is next door. We used to go to Sacred Heights to steal bikes and to do robberies. I apologize, Sacred Heights, but I was a young person. Y'all know who I am. I was young, you feel me? I apologize. I went to jail my first time for a robbery in Cleveland Heights. In Sacred Heights. You feel me? So, but that's where MGK from. I can't say that's where MGK from. He from Sacred Heights. Period. Point blank. You feel me? Period. Period. But I ain't finna disrespect that man and say he ain't affiliated with, Up the Way. Like, I can't say the whole Up the Way, but he does have Leonard Crave ties. Okay. He do fuck with 123rd niggas and LA 123rd LA. If y'all don't know. Shout out to, my nigga Meaty. That's my nigga Meaty. You feel me? That Meaty's from 123rd in LA, and I'm very cool. Like, personally, me and Meaty go back. You feel me? That's like, Meaty is really like one of my big homies. You feel me? I'm not even gonna lie. Like, his rap name, Meaty the General. No disrespect. I know him by Terrence. You feel me? Like, that's my real nigga though. Like, I got love for him and shit though. Like, I know him since elementary school. But so and them niggas get busy, yo. Them niggas that make the news, all types of shit. You feel me? Not to talk about what they do and shit, but them niggas get busy. You feel me? You gotta get they. You feel me? They definitely deserve their respect. You feel me? That's all I'm gonna say. But MGK, and Eminem, you can never compare those two, because Eminem is like not only one of the greatest rappers ever, but like, not even just with his sobriety, just him and his story was so intense. Like, we was involved in his life, like from his mom, his like childhood, like Eminem, like, was not. I ain't trying to say he was a salesman, but man, he sold the fuck out that shit. Whoever sold that shit. So I give it to Eminem. All right, so we finna wrap this shit up, man. I ain't about to be talking about a whole bunch of niggas all day. No homo, you feel me? But that's the difference with this blogging shit, though. Like, it's like, oh, okay, if I want to start a podcast, I gotta talk about people. So I'm like, I don't want to talk about people. So I'm like, let me just talk about hip hop, because you can kind of get away with it a little bit without being a chatty patty and shit. Like, Nori and fucking Dame Dash going at it back and forth, and in my brain I'm like, what the fuck these niggas doing this shit though? Like, I'm like, okay, I know hip hop sales was down last year. Well, so hip hop sales was down at the top of the year, right? Then that's when Drake and Kendrick started beefing, and hip hop sales went back up. Like, hip hop sales was down like 33% in January 2024. Then I don't know when Drake and Kendrick started beefing, but that shit got hip hop sales way back up. Like, Kendrick did an amazing thing. People gonna say Kendrick or Drake is not on this list. Well, I got top 10, so I ain't say the top 10 yet. But people gonna think that Kendrick and Drake not on this list. So it will only have to be Kendrick or Drake. You feel me? Like, if I'm talking about both of these people in that category. You feel me? But anyway, Drake put up a good fight, but come on, man. Like, everybody know, like, how this shit go. And mind you, like, over the past time of my life, from like here, from when Kendrick and Drake both came out, I'm gonna basically say I have probably listened to more Drake songs, or invested my time into listening to more Drake songs than Kendrick songs. And like I said, I just like music I can be influenced by, right? So this is a touchy topic, because Drake, I feel like, it's not a gangster rapper, and it's not, what's the word I want to say? Don't look like he's from the culture, right? But he's black, because his daddy black. But he's from Canada. So people try to discredit Drake from being in or out the culture. So let's see what happens. Do I feel like Drake is in the culture or out the culture? Drake is in the culture for one, not only because he, had the Lil Wayne co-sign, because, basically a co-sign. I mean, basically, so that's what a co-sign is. Like, okay, when you're in the hood, let's say if you want to be initiated in the hood, right? So if you want to get initiated in the hood, you got to know somebody to get in the hood. So that means first you got to know somebody that's connected to this group of people. Then he started bringing you around all of the other group of people. And then the main person that's really the say-sower in the group, or I don't want to say say-sower, but the main person that speak up the most, gonna vouch or basically, basically give you, blackball you or not. You feel me? And if you get accepted, you good. Everybody fuck with you, one of us, and you get a pass. So that's like with Drake. Drake got to get a pass, but he don't get a pass on if he's not writing his shit. I think that boy got a pen, and I think he's one of the greatest writers to ever do it. Also, one of the greatest artists to ever do it. But I just can't pit him as my top 5 rapper because he's not only a rapper, he's a R&B singer. He's a singer, in my opinion. And if he want to argue, he can say, "Oh, I just harmonize." All right, that's cool, but bro, the women love you. So like, he basically changed R&B. You feel me? I feel like, or I don't want to say change R&B, but influence R&B a little bit. You feel me? And Chris Brown, of course, is like one of the king of R&Bs, as long as, with Usher. And as far as I ain't finna get into R&B. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. But anyway, Kendrick and Drake, man, that shit was legendary. You feel me? That wasn't the greatest rap beef of all time. Fucking Tupac and Biggie will forever be the greatest rap beef of all time. Period. You feel me? Now it may have been better than Nas and Jay-Z. It was more entertaining. I could say it was probably the most entertaining and safest. Like, we know that these is the 2 safest niggas, Kendrick and Drake. But Kendrick proved himself to me. Not to say he had to prove himself to me, because back in the day when he dropped that one shit with Money Trees, that album, Mad Kid, Mad City, man. So that album came out a long time ago. I bought that album, you feel me? Like, so Kendrick been had it, but like I said, I like to listen to gangster shit. When he dropped that new album with that Tupac remix and that one mic remix or beat, man, that Reincarnated and that Meet the Garden, man, I'm like, damn, I gotta. That's what made me do my top 5 list. I really had to consider this shit, but then I really sat down and I was like, okay, well, where should I put him at my top 10 list? So my top 10 is Juvenile. Niggas gonna be like, hey, be talking about, oh, you just said that because you know Juvenile. You just said that because you was in school Juvenile. No, not at all. Because I ain't never been no motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that. But what I can say is that Juvenile influenced everybody, though. Like, as far as the culture, like, you got to think he had a song with Jay-Z back in the day that Jay-Z wanted to do. The greatest rapper of all time, you feel me? Like, so I picked Juvenile at my number 10 because not only, like, if you really, you can still listen to Juvenile right now. Like, 400 Degrees, Project English, that CD he dropped with Cash Money when he came back, Juvie the Great, you feel me though? Like, not only is these great albums, Juvenile sold millions of records under Cash Money in the 90s, early 2000s. He's still touring today off of a fucking song. He has a whole tour called Back That Ass album up. Back That Ass. Like, he has the 25th anniversary of Back That Ass Up tour, where he got many first. I seen it. Like, young Juvie, his son, invited me to the show. You feel me? And I was backstage drinking. You know what I'm saying? All that. You know, we had to do say going. It was lit. So I'm not saying that because of that. What I'm saying is that not only, because you gotta think about hip hop like this. who sifted it? Okay, let me check. Who created it? And then from there, who created it? Who altered it? Like, so that's why these people that I named, my top 10, I'm gonna go back over it. These people altered it. Like I said, the producers, like you got the ocean, and then these producers, or the hip hop is like an ocean, and then you got these producers that came in and pit their own corner and made a pool out of the ocean. Juvenile played a big part in that, man. As far as thugging, like not only just thugging, like you gotta think Jabot jeans, white tees, like rags, soldier rags. Like that's, in my opinion, camouflage. That's juvie. My nana's gonna ride with me. Pick up the supply with me. Can you just imagine being in the old school back in the early 90s or late 90s trapping to that? Nigga got an ounce of work on them. Like, my nana's gonna ride with me. Pick up the supply with me. Come on, man. Like, stop playing with your boy. So, you know, I that's my top 10, man. So, top 10, Tupac, number 1. Jay-Z, number 2. Lil Wayne, number 3. 50 Cent, number 4. Ice Cube, number 5. Snoop Dogg, number 6. Master P, number 7. Nas, number 8. Eminem, number 9. Juvenile, number 10. Fuck them niggas that's hating on me. I don't give a fuck. No disrespect. It is what it is. Now, my top 5 favorite rappers off the top of my head. My favorite rapper is Young Dolph. Like I said, it's Paper Route. Yeah, Urban. Nipsey Hussle, number 2. I'm gonna write this down because I remember I'm freestyling. So, Dolph, number 1. Nipsey Hussle, number 2. I'm just doing my favorite. Cause like y'all already know like who the greatest. Cause like I be like, I ain't finna be on a gay shit and be like, oh, Lil Wayne my favorite. No, I already said like niggas know like yo, like you feel me? I already picked Wayne top 3. I mean, you feel me? Top 3 all time. You feel me? So I'm doing my favorites. Young Dolph, number 1. Nipsey Hussle, number 2. Number 3, on top of my mind, is Kevin Gates. No homo though. I fuck with Kevin though. Like that's my nigga though. Like Kevin Gates don't get the respect he deserves, but Gates is that nigga. Like Gates. And then I swear this nigga is screaming at the top of my head. Meek Mill. No homo though. I fuck with Meek Mill. Like Meek Millie, Dream Chase. Like what Meek did was amazing. Like what Meek did was really fucking amazing though. Like from the trenches though, like man, like Philly, North Philly, father died though. Like he has a real American, Black American authentic story though. That's just so original and then just came up rapping again. You know, fucking accused of that shit with the police, getting his ass beat. Come on, if you pull a gun out on police, you getting popped, nigga. Sorry for the fucking mic, but yo, you getting popped. Like you're gonna get smoked. Like even if you ain't got a gun, you know how many times, man, I ain't even finna get into that, but being on probation for 10 years, come on, man, like that's some 10, 15 years for that shit. That shit crazy. Cause I've been on probation since I've been like fucking 14. So I've been on probation for a long time. I mean, I got off, but I'm saying I didn't got back on. I've been on probation a lot of times. You feel me? But Gucci, you feel me? I get number 5 to Gucci. Definitely get 5 to Gucci. You feel me? Gucci changed his life. Gucci, like, man, Gucci did a lot. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Like, Gucci, like, really That nigga did his thing, you feel me though? Like, he changed his life around. Like, come on, but Gucci Mane, that was a hard rap beef too though. Gucci Mane and Young Jeezy, somebody died over that shit too. But like, man, I ain't even trying to get into that shit though. Like, cause I don't like talking about beef, because then it's like I'm choosing sides. No, Jeezy did his thing, Gucci did his thing. It's just like somebody died over that shit, so it's kind of like pointless to talk about. But fuck it. I can't. If I bring up Gucci, I gotta bring up Jeezy. So I picked Jeezy number 6 of my favorites. Cause it's like these dudes really shifted hip hop though. Like, when I say they really shifted hip hop, dog, they really shifted hip hop in a different way though. Like, when Jeezy came out, I remember niggas like, what, you ain't heard Jeezy? Cause that's how it used to be back in the day. We ain't had the internet, so it's like back in the day we used to be you hear music from word of mouth. Like, have you heard like I was saying, like Lil Boosie, I'm gonna put Boosie at 7. Like Lil Boosie, I was listening to Boosie back in motherfucking 2000, like 2001. You feel me? And I got a CD from my cousin. But back to Young Jeezy, they like, what? I shit on niggas. Yeah, I shit on niggas. Trapper die. Like it's like certain moments in hip hop where everybody had to be somewhere listening to a certain album. That's what fucked up the culture. What fucked up the culture is streaming, because streaming is, who give a fuck about the stream? What do I mean by that? So that you mean to tell me that I got every song that I ever wanted in life, and all I gotta do is pay $10 a month for it? Man, I'm so happy. That's amazing. Now I got every song I ever wanted to listen to. How can I listen to it? How? Or how can I remember about the other songs? You feel me? It's too many songs. So even if I make a playlist and then I make my playlist, I got 400 or 500 songs in that bitch. Like if I can listen to that. So let's say that playlist is got 500 songs. Let's say that 500 songs equal up to be about 10 hours. For me to hear every song, I would have to have 10 hours of time. Just like, ain't nobody got time for that. So that was separated, having an album versus streaming. So the record labels really need to do something about it if they think that was a good idea. Like, that was a good launch. It was a good test. But as far as the way we consume music now, like, if we gonna have music on our iPhones and stuff like that, let it be like reels and stuff. But let's get back to selling albums and not streaming, because it's too much. We have too much candy. So yeah, it's probably good for the record label now I think about it, because really it's about market control. So that means that it don't fucking matter if I'm Spotify and everybody is making music. Well, they got to go through me first. So so that means I'm getting paid off every fucking body. Damn, that's a genius idea. So that's probably already over an album sale, because the album sale, you can press up albums at your house, or you can press up albums from anybody, so you have more freedom to cut out the middleman. But streaming don't allow us to cut out the middleman. Okay, I get it. But anyway, so my top favorite, and remember, I got a lot of different lists. Like I said, it's to the point where these lists has to be breaking down into different categories. I got my guy MCs, I got my top 5, I got my top 10, I got my favorite, my top 5, my top 10 favorites. You feel me? So, like I said, Lil Boosie, number 7. You feel me? After Lil Boosie, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I didn't even know I was going to come up with this top 10 list, but I'm going to definitely give it to Cam'ron. You feel me? Cam'ron definitely is still relevant to this day. Cam'ron is have a podcast, but not only that, him and Mace is back friends. Like, that's the most amazing story ever, though. Like, these dudes been beefing since I didn't know they was beefing since Killer Season came out. When Killer Season came out, oh shit, like, but yeah, man, Mace and Cam getting together, that's hard. You feel me though? Like, that's real hard. You feel me? I just think that's unbelievable. And people probably don't even know what's going on, but Mozzie is that nigga. You feel me? Mozzie is definitely that nigga. Period, point blank. You feel me? Mozzie is that nigga. Why do I say Mozzie is that nigga? Man, he really got a story to tell, and not only that, he really is like, he's just different, man. He come from, I think he just come from a place that I can relate to, and a place that I know like is authentic and real, and he ain't faking. You feel me? Because a lot of people really be faking, man. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people really be faking, man. A lot of people be faking. But Mozzie, he definitely hard. And he was in the Black Panther. Like, his music was in the Black Panther. Come on. When they had the spaceship. Mozzie. Look, they was listening to Mozzie in the spaceship. Come on, man. Kendrick Lamar, number 10. And yeah, I know Kendrick Lamar is probably going to go down as the greatest rapper alive. Well, Lil Wayne is the greatest rapper alive. But I'm just saying, after this shit is all said and done, Kendrick gonna go down as one of the greatest. You know, I just like gangsta shit. But Kendrick made me want to rap. And that's what a rapper job is supposed to do. Rapper job is not only to entertain, but make you want to be like them. So, Kendrick definitely probably gonna be the greatest. So, I'm about to go over this list real quick. That's my favorite. My top 10 favorite. Young Dolph, Nipsey Hussle, Kevin Gates, Meek Mill, Gucci Mane, Young Jeezy, Lil Boosie, Cameron, Mozzie, Kendrick Lamar. God MCs, Rakim, number 1, KRS One, number 2. Number 3, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J, number 4. Wu-Tang at number 5. My top 5 greatest of all time. Tupac, number 1. Jay-Z, number 2. Lil Wayne, number 3. Number 4, 50 Cent. Number 5, Ice Cube. Top 10, Snoop Dogg at number 6. Master P, number 7. Nas, number 8. Eminem, number 9. And Juvenile, number 10. Period, point blank. You heard me? Period. Alright, man. I ain't finna get into too much, you know. I ain't finna get into no motivational speech and nothing like that. But Stashport TV, you feel me? LeBartlett, y'all know how I do. Peace, love, happiness. And we out.